Okay, so everybody knows I'm just a moronic, self-serving, idiosyncratic, whatever you say when you think you're always right, egotistical, or you think everything around you is the way it should be. You're one of those people, I don't remember. But you're just a basic moronic fool. That's what I am. But even a imbecilic dog can recognize Tucker Carlson's abject, unmitigated hypocrisy. So Tucker Carlson, the ginormous pro-gun Second Amendment advocate, has finally found a Second Amendment thing he ain't liking. He don't want to see the trans people get armed. Somehow, the Second Amendment rights stop right at the doorstep of the transgenders. Up in New England, there's a big group of transgenders. You get out in the woods where it's just plain old white men with beards, or it could be any other kind of thing. Take, for instance, a big group of transgenders. They're going to want their guns, okay? It's just natural. It's something that happens to you when you spend all your time in the trees, all right? Also, the winters are too long up there. Everybody's like, I got to be armed. I just have a feeling of foreboding. But the transgenders who want to get, practice shooting and buy firearms and get to know their firearms and form little groups with firearm advocates, Tucker doesn't like that. He don't like them transgenders getting armed. All of a sudden, Tucker's found a situation where, hey, let's pump the brakes on the Second Amendment here. Those transgenders, do they really need to have guns? Tucker says, listen, he's still pro-gun, but he doesn't think that they're exercising their Second Amendment. He thinks it's all political hysteria. Anyways, he's just coming out against transgenders having a lot of guns for themselves. Tucker was saying it's always the template. You scare the crap out of people and then you gin up fear. And Tucker makes that statement, and then he goes on to say that, where does it stop with these transgenders? I heard they want to get some bazookas, and I heard they want to get some F-14 fighter jets and some Abrams tanks. So Tucker, he's already ballooning it to now this transgender group. They're going to come up with a few billions of dollars, like 15 guys up in the woods up in New England shooting some guns at some trees, and they're going to come up with about 15, 20 billion and get a couple fighter jets for themselves. Tucker's saying, you have to wonder what's the limit. And basically, Tucker's using the word limit, like limit the Second Amendment for the transgender people. Tucker, there's another thing about the transgender issue and arming and guns and gun advocacy, something that goes right along with having a lot of guns, like a lot of guns in the populace, is the stand your ground laws. Guns go right along with stand your ground laws. It's funny, the first guy who shoots is the guy who's standing his ground, You can't get your ass whooped like in the old days. You got to stand your ground, This guy could whip my ass. Maybe I better watch what I say. Maybe I better extricate myself. No, I'm going to stand my ground. But it's funny, one guy can get his ass whooped. It's always like the ass whippee was the guy forced to stand his ground, where really it comes down to whoever shoots first was the guy who was standing the ground, and the other guy can go to hell, You got to figure out who the stand ground E was and who the stand ground or was. You see what I'm saying? It's funny the way it works that way. But Tucker, you have proven once again that you are nothing but a stooge, a hack, because you blow in the wind, whatever. You're going to twist it for whatever way you think works, but you're a hypocritical fool. I'm an idiotic dog, so I can recognize an idiotic man when I see one.